Hey, everybody. I love that music. It was selected by my guest today. Thank you for tuning into Deborah Cobalt Live. Happy to have you here. Now, for anyone who has wanted to lose weight, have I got the show for you. And today in studio, I have two people that are very, very interesting. I've got Craig Ramsey right here to my right.
Hello, wow, great applause.
Gorgeous, hunky fitness expert to the stars and anyone. And you are hunky. Good Lord. He undressed. He actually took his shirt off, and I went, oh, my God, when he was getting ready with the product that he's endorsing, Modius. And we have the CEO of Modius, Jason McEwen. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good first attempt.
Look, I got to tell you, I got 3 kids and I don't get their names right. So, you know, the fact that I'm getting yours sort of right is a good thing. Okay, so what we've got here, Jason, and I'm going to have you explain it, is a headset. I want you guys to know this has been endorsed also by Dr. Drew Pinsky, and that's a big deal to me. Yeah. Okay, when you've got someone with that kind of credibility endorsing something like this, they get my attention. This is called Modius, and essentially it's a headset, and you put it on your head. And for anyone who is looking to stimulate that part of the brain, which is called, what, the hypothalamus?
Yep.
That's what this does. It controls your appetite and all kinds of things that help you lose weight. Jason, take it away. What does this thing do?
Yeah, I suppose we all know someone, if not ourselves, that struggles a bit with trying to lose weight. And, you know, no matter how hard we try, we tend to either, you know, the appetite goes through the roof, or we do well for a little while and then all of a sudden, you know, just bounces right back. And, you know, my background as a doctor and a neurologist, I'm really interested in what actually drives all of that. And it's actually something in your brain, as you've mentioned, the hypothalamus. So what we are doing is actually stimulating that hypothalamus with a little electronic pulse, and it gives it the signal to I suppose, to tell you that your body should actually be leaner. So it makes it a lot easier to lose weight.
So let me ask you this. So as I'm in the kitchen, and I'm always walking through the kitchen to get somewhere, and there is some cornbread sitting by my side. Remember, I said I got 3 boys. So there's always something in that kitchen.
Cornbread, of all things.
I know, of all things, you know, or a crumb cake or something that we make. It's always, please. You know, I mean, I have the apples and the little cutie oranges there too, but it's always the cornbread that's calling me.
The
it's
nice
like,
stuff.
So does this thing go, give me a little smack and say no? I mean, essentially, what does this do? I'm being silly, but what does this do to help suppress that sort of a craving and that sort of an appetite thing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And I suppose when a lot of people think of their brain and how it connects to metabolism, they think it's just the willpower. You know, so if you're trying to diet, it's just a matter of willpower. You just have to decide yourself not to eat something. Okay, and you know, 2 billion people are overweight. Are we really saying that they are failing because they just can't try hard enough? Okay.
Yeah.
So for us, as I say, the driver for all this is much deeper. It's a deeper part of your brain. It controls things like your hormones, your fat storage, your appetite, and it is that we are fixing. And a big part of that is appetite. So you might not notice that all of a sudden you're just not eating, but over the period of sort of weeks and months, you'll find that your appetite subtly starts to decrease.
Not suddenly, right away for me.
Yeah. Okay,
Tell me your experience. I know for me, I was thinking about it a lot, because first I was trying to figure out how to use it, and then once I did, it was very easy. And then I was putting it on saying, now come on, kick in. And then once I stopped thinking about it, I did notice that I had a sense of calm, and I wasn't just thinking about grabbing a piece of cornbread. So that it worked like that.
There's
for you
that cornbread again.
That damn corn. I got to get rid of it. I got to toss it out.
I'm getting hungry. Damn.
Come to my house, Mr. Trainer, and
please.
eat it and give it to your clients or whatever.
We'll work out.
Yeah.
After.
I would love to do that,
Yeah.
but we'll talk about that, because I'm actually doing the New York Marathon, and I actually am looking for somebody to help work
Great,
me out
congrats.
as well. Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you. So you put this on, and what was your experience?
Well, I initially came in contact with the company Modius Health of Neurovalence and Jason through a client that I was training online on the Facebook.
Oh.
Facebook, as far as I know, the first ever weight loss Facebook Live transformation series. And that client, because I gave her meditation to do, and that bliss feeling, that calmness that you mentioned that you experienced from this device, that's why she said to me, she goes, I don't want to meditate, but I found this device online. Can you research it? And when I researched it, I thought it was way too good to be true. Because I'm hyperactive, as I think most people can tell that we even have a video, and my arms are like, rah.
Well, that music was getting you going. So
Right. My Broadway days. I did many Broadway shows. That's why I picked that for you.
Oh, Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this got you what? To go to a sense of peace
Well,
or calm so that you
it
didn't
made
think
me
about
realize that
thinking-
there's a physical way of actually feeling what meditation provides you and gives you. So I not only discovered that, but I discovered, it can actually change your relationship to food. And what Jason calls is a 0 point, which basically is your metabolism, correct?
Yeah, it's like a sort of set point. We call it like a thermostat. So there's somewhere in your brain, in your hypothalamus, that actually, it is a figure of how much fat your body wants to store. And some people, if their hypothalamus is normal, and we really hate those people, they cannot put on weight and they'll stay lean no matter what. But for some people, unfortunately, that is set way too high, and so the body's always trying to store fat.
even when they don't need it, which obviously is why people get overweight, because they don't need it, but they're thinking they do or they want it. For me, it's a craving.
Me too.
And I really have a tough time. It's almost, I wish this thing could slap me in the head and say, stop it, because that's my issue. I don't think I feel like I need to store fat, but I just need to grab what's in my way. But
This
helps.
does.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
this helps with this. I noticed when I wore it, it sort of helped with the craving, but it gave a sense of calm. And there is science involved, as you said, because
Absolutely, yeah.
what it sends electrical pulses, right? Explain how that works. Really kind of basic so that
Yeah.
all of us can understand it.
So the hypothalamus, this control center for metabolism, it's quite a deep structure. It's very sort of deep structure right in the center of your brain. And, obviously it's very difficult to get right in there. But what we do is you use an existing path from just behind your ear. There's a nerve there, and we sort of take over the control of that nerve and send the little pulse through.
It's kind of like where the skull is, right? Like
Yeah, that sort of hard bony part, if you sort of reach behind your ear, you can feel the hard bony part. There's a very important nerve there on both sides that's very close to the surface. And it's so close to the surface that actually you can stick a little pad on and turn that nerve on or off.
Right, and so by doing that, do we have a video, I think, that sort of illustrates how this works? Tony, do we have that thing queued up? Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at that. All right, a little product placement at the top. That's okay.
Modius is really simple to use. First, use an alcohol wipe to clean the skin on the hard bony area behind your ears. Then attach the gel pads to your Modius headset. Place Modius on your head with the power button above your right ear. Remove the protective plastic cover from the gel pads and remove any hair strands before attaching the gel pads to the clean skin behind your ears. Turn Modius on by pressing the power button for 2 seconds. Pair Modius with your phone and control your headset using the app. Use for just 45 minutes a day, and that's it. Simple.
Terrific. So by using this 45 minutes a day, just as you're relaxing and doing what you're doing, that really helps to stimulate it and keep that oh my goodness.
Hypothalamus,
Thank you. Active and functioning and working throughout the day.
Yeah, so it's, if you imagine, maybe when we were all a bit younger, say in our late teens, we were probably all a bit more, thinner and athletic, and we look back fondly at those days when you could eat whatever you want, but yet stay in pretty good shape. And at that point, your hypothalamus is probably working at its optimal level, and we're trying to get you back there. So we're stimulating it back to that sort of optimal, lean, athletic body.
How is this different, though, Craig, than just going and working out?
Well, the going to work out is typically anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour of your day, and this is tackling the other 23 hours, which is the most important part of anyone's fitness program.
The craving and just the mental part.
What happens when I'm not there, when I'm not micromanaging someone on a treadmill? That's what I tackle as a fitness expert, and I try and analyze, okay, how else are you including wellness in your life? So many people, especially in 2017, were so stressed, all of us. And you're a mom, you have a job, you have all these stresses. It's tough to be able to stay on course and always take care of yourself and make the better choices, especially when we want to have food for emotional reasons and to fulfill, a damaging, stressful day and such, or a glass of wine or 2 or possibly 3. Everyone's looking at me. Yes, it's happened. But what's great about this device is if you wear it, it is helping you achieve wellness, which is only going to improve that time to go to the gym. I'm not going to tell you not to go to the gym. I'm a fitness expert. If you can, you do it too.
Because it all seems to be a balance and it works together. I mean, you've got to work out. I think it's good to work with a trainer because they motivate you. If you can't afford that, just any way you can, stick on the sneakers and go for a walk.
Or online, the social media. That's the genius of that.
I love that. And
Yeah.
in fact, I'm having a guest on my next show, and she does an entire course online about acting. I mean, the online has just opened up so much.
It is. It also opens up a lot of like nonsense and bull crap out there as well. So you have to really go with what resonates with you and what you trust. As far as like why people gravitate towards me, I did reality TV. I've been on numerous reality shows.
No. Really?
I
Look, your
did.
personality is just you're so joyful to be around.
Oh,
So-
bless you. Thank you.
No, but that's why you're a terrific trainer, because you're motivating. You're like, oh.
And honest. I'm
Yeah.
really honest. I'm relatable. People look at me at first glance and they're like, oh, wow, I don't want to get that big. And then when I'm like, I'm a huge foodie, I can scarf down 12,000 calories and not look back. When I was in Vegas and I let myself go, at the end of my buffet meal, the chefs recognized me from TV and they sent over 50 buffalo wings. And guess what? I ate them. I was able to do it. And then what's good about this device is that with me as a fitness professional, I'm in this industry to hold myself accountable. Wearing this device actually has already shifted my relationship with food. I went to the Cheesecake Factory the other day. I did not have cheesecake or wine. That's a huge
And
big
you
deal.
really attribute it to this.
I
You
do.
really feel like, because for me, I think it's all mental. I mean, if one more person says, well, you just beef up more of the protein and a little less of the carb and that,
Oh,
that
God.
cornbread thing. It's like, I know.
We know.
The deal, like you think I don't know that, but
Yeah.
the deal is doing it. And I do believe it's so mental. You do have to get into, at least for me, a bit of a relaxed state so that I can think about what I'm doing with purpose. And I do believe
Chemically
because
doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this induces, I think, those chemicals because there's science behind it. How did you even come to doing this scientifically?
Yeah, my background's in medicine. I worked as a doctor. I still do. I say a lot of time in the UK, but also was invited out to do neuroscience here in San Diego, University of California in San Diego. And the challenge, I suppose, laid down to us was, we know it's difficult to lose weight. We know it's driven by your brain, all the chemicals, all the hormones, the drive of metabolism. We know that's all in the hypothalamus. Find a way to make losing weight easier for people. Okay.
And this is so much safer than taking the pills. I am not a pill person, especially particularly, phentermine, that a lot of, forget fen-phen. That was just flat out dangerous. It was killing people.
There's so
But
much
a lot
out
of people
there.
are doing phentermine, and I know people who are doing that. And it's supposed to, stimulate the same thing, but it makes people edgy, and then they come down off of it, and there's all kinds of issues, correct? Is it sort of,
Yeah,
takes the
no,
place of taking anything like that?
Yeah, no, this has been shown to be very, very safe, and it really changes, as I say, that entire drive of metabolism. All those kind of add-ons or tablets or pills are actually just like really stimulating your body to try and burn more calories and burn, which is, as you say, pretty risky. But this addresses the issue before it even gets there, and it is a much safer way to do it.
No, so what you would suggest combining this product, the Modius, with what else? Like what else in your regimen each day? Obviously food, and we all know that, the proper food intake.
Yeah, a big thing for us is actually the transition into lifestyle. So we don't want to be seen as a company that's just selling a headset that you stick on and all of a sudden you're miraculously going to lose a lot of weight. So we're setting up an online community. It's called Modius Life.
Oh.
And a big drive for that is, yes, you use the headset, try and get that into a lifestyle, but then, slowly but consistently improve things like your healthy lifestyle choices, your healthy diet choices, and use the headset. And over time, we want people to transition into a real healthy, active life.
In the studies that you've done, what was the percentage of body fat that was lost? That really impressed me, right?
Yeah, so in the lab, which is without any diet or exercise, we were bringing guys in and they were using it 3 hours a week, and the average was about 8%. But we were also able to show that within 1 hour, you can change metabolic hormones and you can reduce appetite and you can actually increase how much fat you burn at rest. So for me, the 1 hour studies were really, really interesting. And we're expanding that right out to a full year-long trial, and we do it. It is crazy, all the sort of measurements that we take. So we're really, really excited to see how that goes.
You've been doing this for a while, training people. What tends to be the Achilles heel for people when they're trying to lose weight? What's the toughest? And then keeping it off. I know I lost some weight a couple of years ago, and it's creeping up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's really tough.
I don't think people realize the chemical dependency that we have to like processed foods and sugars and carbs and a lifestyle of lack of sleep and stress and what that does to store fat on the body. Most people feel hideous about their relationship with working out and eating, and they feel bad about their self body image issues, you know, that are there. The first thing that I tackle is for people to understand that you are not without willpower. This has nothing to do with your desire to change. This has to do with a chemical imbalance. So as soon as I start addressing that, people, it makes sense, and they're like, oh wow. They also don't want to be manipulated into eating all this stuff, so then they take their control back. Then once we can tackle the food, and that's why I reached out, and that's why I'm connected with Dr. Jason with this, is because if we can shift people's consciousness into, okay, now I don't crave this as much. Now all this, it's going to happen on their own, and a little will go a long, long way in their journey.
Or people saying, there's nothing wrong with me. This is a chemical situation that my body is producing. I was probably born this way. So the fact that my friend next to me, who's thin and perfectly thin and doesn't crave, that's okay. That's the way she was born. Lucky her. But for those of us who aren't, something like this is necessary.
It's a good way to jumpstart.
Yeah. Is it sort of similar to tapping? You know, people who do that. You know, like they tap on the back of their ear. I've seen people do that. I've seen them do it at the gym. I'm like, what, is she hungry? And she's.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people try, you know, different ways, and the thing that I would say is, you know, people are just fed up being told you have to exercise more and diet more. We've been told this for 50 years. It doesn't work. People are really looking for something new and something innovative, and you know that's why we're so excited about this.
So you had a launch yesterday. Tell me about that. I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I was taking a kid to the airport.
Yeah. So the product, I suppose just to give a little bit of background, we thought this was going to be like a medical device, and you need a prescription. It would be, you know, provided through a hospital or a clinician. But actually, we're delighted to say that in the US we can sell this as a wellness device. So the big thing for
that's terrific.
Yeah, the consumer is that you can buy this direct from us, and you don't need a prescription. Okay. Also, you don't need to be obese, which a lot of people don't realize. Medical devices are for people who are really obese, whereas this can be used for someone who's overweight a little or maybe a lot overweight, but they want to improve.
The fit to get fitter as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it really fits for everyone. And what we've done is we've launched the product on Indiegogo. So it's I suppose it's like a kind of community where people like to find out about new products, about innovative stuff. So we're on there. If you search for Modius Health and you get in early, you can actually get really great discounts on these.
Yeah.
And it smashed records on Indiegogo. By the way, people,
tell me about it, because
4 hours.
Yeah, so we hit our 100% target in 4 hours, and this is a campaign that's designed to last 40 days.
Wow.
So yeah, we're now at 650% over.
How did you do that? How did you get the word out? I mean, obviously, that was a great platform.
Yeah,
so.
well, we have a great team behind it. You know, everybody's really passionate about it. Craig's here, but you know, just loves it and has got behind it and really pushed it out there. And as I say, people are just looking for something.
There's
to
a
help
need.
them. Yeah.
Well, it's clean. It's clean and easy, and there's no side effect to it. That's what I liked about it. I mean, I was afraid when I put it on. Oh my gosh, am I going to feel dizzy? Nothing. I mean, it actually brought me to a state of calm.
Yeah.
So
everyone experiences different things though when they wear it, right?
Yeah.
What did you go ahead?
Well, the majority of people will feel a little sort of floaty. That you describe it as calm. Some people describe
it as,
it as,
it was nice and calm.
Yeah, a glass of red wine. I feel like
on a cruise ship for me.
Yeah,
that's what it
oh,
was.
Really?
Oh yeah, a glass of wine on a cruise ship.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very obvious whenever you feel. I feel like I'm just a little sort of relaxed and I'm maybe sort of gently moving from side to side. So I tend to wear it watching TV or lying just before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you, I mean, you having your clients wear this now?
I do, yeah. Well, first off, I'm not going to complain about 2 glasses of wine on a cruise ship. It feels really good. I don't want to put that out there and have people scared about it.
But you didn't get seasick. You're okay.
No,
okay.
I didn't. And as soon as you take it off, I didn't feel anything.
Straight away.
Yeah, but I did. I had the opportunity to allow some of my clients to use this, and I wanted to choose a variety of clients. And all of them immediately, like me, love the fact that there's no placebo about this. Like, you feel it immediately. Yeah. And then afterwards, like, paying attention to it, these people like me have tried everything. We've tried the pills. We've tried all these things. So the fact that we've changed our lifestyle slightly and that we have more energy, we're sleeping better, everyone's becoming really, really quickly drawn to this.
What I love about it is the science behind it. and no drugs. That's really important to me. I think so many people have been messed up because they've taken drugs and their heartbeats just starts palpitating too fast.
And hormones, and like there's so
messes
much
you
out
up.
there.
I mean, and this does not. It's natural, and it just stimulates something in the brain that needs to be stimulated in order to just suppress the appetite that you don't need. You don't need those extra calories. That's the
Exactly.
thing. It's
Right.
not taking away what you do need. It's taking away what you don't. Why do we reach for food when we don't need it? Because you're right. I mean, just historically, people were storing fat for when they had to go through long winters. We don't have that anymore. Why are we in the habit of just grabbing in this society, in your opinion?
Well,
So I suppose two things are big things. One is the sense of pleasure that you get. So your brain is developed to reward you for doing things that.
That cornbread.
Yeah, exactly. So we're-
the cornbread again.
There's the it's delicious. It's homemade, and I love that stuff. So go ahead.
yeah, well, that's a big part of it. That's why we tend to strive towards really high energy, high calorie like snacks and chocolate and everything. So really, you get that sense of reward. So whenever you have a stressful day and you're just tired, the last thing you want is like a protein shake. Everybody goes for the sweets or the chocolate. And then the other thing is, as I said earlier, this drive for metabolism. Your body is always probably trying to store a little too much fat, and that's because of that sort of thermostat in your brain. So even though you don't need it, when you're trying to diet, it is very, very tempting and very difficult, and that's all driven by your brain, and that is the issue that we're one of the issues we're trying to fix.
And self-sabotage. I know people that purposefully go out and they're scared of success, and they actually gravitate towards overeating or eating double cheat meals or whatever, because a lot of people don't feel worthy of being athletic and feeling great about themselves right now.
Why is that? I mean, I hear that all the time, and why are people sabotaging themselves?
They're beaten down. How many people actually
We're all
take...
beaten down, right? All of us.
Honestly,
you are, I
to
am,
some level.
Doctor is, to some level. But you have to really work hard to
Well,
pull yourself out of that. And if you can't, I get it.
But it's even not necessarily everyone around us. It's also what we do to ourselves.
That's what
Like
I mean.
you look in the mirror, and how many times we judge. Like I do it on a daily basis. So taking time to really analyze you and who you are, and that you're worthy of it. That's one thing that I teach people, that you're worthy of athleticism and all that. But what happens if someone has obstacles? Like this is the part that gets me a little emotional about it, because I hear on a daily basis on my social media from people hundreds of messages that say, I have this autoimmune disorder. I have 3 kids. I'm a single parent. I can't do this. I don't want money for a gym membership. The obstacles are endless out there. So what do these people do? How do we get them moving? And as you said, walking and all of that, but sometimes it's just not enough. So the fact that finally we have some form of a device out there that will actually chemically change this and will give you an option where you feel good about yourself is only going to snowball into great success.
You know what I love about you? Because I know your work. You really care about
Totally.
each person that you work with. Even just now, you're getting a little choked
Oh, I
up.
do.
And
I
it's real.
break
And
down
I
at
know
times
that
about it. Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You're a terrific trainer
you.
because you get into the head. And doctor, I really appreciate that you thought further enough to invent a product like this. It's pretty incredible. So your offices are in you're in Dublin.
So north of Dublin in Belfast.
Okay, you're in Belfast and here in San
and
Diego.
San Diego as well. So we do most of our clinical research is done out in San Diego at
And
the
you
university.
blew it out of the water last night with your initial sales. So how can someone pick this up, and how much is it? I know that you've got an initial offering. Tell me about that.
So as I say, if you search for Modius Health online,
And that's
or,
MODIUS
Yep.
Health.
or on Facebook, I'm sure we could probably link through to people.
Yeah, let's do that.
So on this sort of platform on Indiegogo, it's for like sort of early projects where you can get something at a real heavily discounted price. So it is almost like a first come first serve. So if people want the real heavy discounts, the retail price is around $499. But we're actually on Indigo. We launched at half price. So if people want to get in there quick, they're going to get a good deal.
And money back guaranteed. Let me tell you about caring. The
Okay.
fact that
That's incredible.
yeah.
So if it don't work for you, you get your money back. That's, I mean, you have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
This is terrific. I loved it. I'm thrilled to go home and continue using it because I want to see the long-term effects of this. Now, can you just continue to use it like forever?
Yeah, we'd recommend you it actually stops working after 1 hour. Okay, so you can't sort of overuse or abuse it.
Which makes me laugh because every single person's like, well, how many hours a day can I use this?
But I mean, you can use this ongoing, right? It's just
Oh, yeah,
something
no,
that
no,
you
like,
can use it a year
I
from now. And
Personally, I've used this for maybe a year to 18 months.
Really?
Like, I mean, 5 times a week. And now, actually, I'm really happy with the results I've got. So I've been able to sort of take it right down. So maybe twice a week.
you came here with your wife, who's in exceptionally perfect shape. Has she been using this? I mean, really, when I saw her, I'm like, who is this? So she must be wearing this day and night.
Yeah, we actually were fighting over it for a while because once you use up the hour, then the other person can't use it. So we were fighting.
I'm
over
doing
it
the
until
same thing.
Are you really?
Yes.
It's like, get away, I want it. You know?
Yeah, I removed it from Brandon's head the other day.
no.
He felt click, and he just woke up a little bit. And I'm like, sorry.
New thing to argue about in the house, guys. Anyway,
Weight
thank
loss.
you. Yeah, weight loss. That's a good thing. Anyway, I really appreciate you being here. Any parting words from both of you?
For me, it's feel good about yourself and spread the message. Like, we are sharing on our social media from your Facebook page live, which is just, can you tell people?
Yeah.
What's your Facebook?
Oh, it's Deborah Cobalt Live.
And how do you spell your last name again?
Kobylt, and Deborah is the long way. Deborah Cobalt Live is the show, and that goes live. My personal one is Deborah Zara Cobalt.
So I just posted it, and what I encourage everyone to do is share
Share it out
You
there.
have no idea how many people that are on your Facebook list or social media, friends and family, that are in need of this, that have not cried out yet, but that it can change, and motivate.
Well, that's another thing I'm trying to do with my social media. I'm using it for good stuff, to motivate people, to help people, to have a real conscience about what we're doing. I mean, I'm trying to stay away from posting the nonsense photos. I'm actually not posting the, look at me at the birthday party last night. I'm not doing it. I'm
Oh my
doing
God, we're
stuff-
taking a selfie after this, and I'm going to say, look at me at the birthday party last night.
Anyway, but no. So yes, let's all do that.
Yeah,
and
share.
I'm really glad that you guys came by. Glad that I got the opportunity to try this, and I encourage everybody else to do it too, because a lot of us are suffering with a little bit of weight.
Be happy.
A natural way to do it and be happy. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, have a
you.
good day. And thank you for tuning in to another fun edition of Deborah Cobalt Live. See you next week.